Day 1. 10:33 p.m. in the Sims 4 Big Brother UK house. 16 brand new housemates that you created have just finished entering. To celebrate, Big Brother is throwing a welcome party upstairs in the task room, which is now unlocked. Because Emmanuel was the last housemate to enter, he became the unlucky housemate and was given a secret task from Big Brother to become the life of the party. And if he fails to get all the attention in the room, then he will be punished. Among our unlucky housemate, we have quite a few other characters in there, including a blue they, a werewolf, a pair of supernatural brother and sister. We also have a pair of twins that are competing as one housemate, and we also have a husband and wife. Immediately, we see Haven the alien getting on the DJ booth and starting the party. And it doesn't look like her vampire brother, Jace, enjoys it too much. However, it doesn't seem that Jace is the only one not enjoying the music, as we see Alex, our werewolf, and Kaylee immediately leave the task room not too long after entering. Just in time for our cheerful vampire Lillian and our retired trans sex worker Sophia to enter, and immediately starts bartending. However, more and more housemates are walking out the door, and Emmanuel, our unlucky housemate, is really trying to figure out how to get some attention. At first, he follows the crowd downstairs, but then remembers he has to be the life of the party, so he decides to go back into the task room, where there are a few party cannons scattered around the room. He thinks maybe if he lights one up, it'll garner a crowd, and hopefully those housemates that went downstairs will come back to the party.
Corner safe. Whoa! Hemka flew.
And while Tice seemed to join in over there in the corner, no one else seemed to pay him any attention. So Emmanuel immediately goes to plan B. Pole dancing, duh. And he gets on the pole and tries to, wiggle his little booty around and get some attention. But again, apart from Tice, it doesn't really seem to entice anyone else. Meanwhile, in the room, the twins aren't really getting along, and their relationship has become difficult. But it doesn't seem to be bothering Kristen too much, as she is trying to enjoy the party. Day 2, 12:01 a.m. Alex is transforming into a wolf in the bathroom. I gotta say, not really trying to have a bias here or anything, but werewolves are definitely my least favorite occult, as they don't really have too much to do. So as soon as he transforms, he does the one thing he really can do, which is howl and scratch the furniture. Ashton watches Alex from a safe distance, but it definitely starts getting some attention as almost everyone from the party upstairs hears all the drama that's going on in the living room and comes rushing down to see what is the matter, only to be confronted with Alex. While Alex is freaking out downstairs, the rest of our supernaturals are upstairs in the party room, completely ignoring Emmanuel. Emmanuel soon gives up on pole dancing and ends up joining the group, with all going downstairs to see what Alex is up to. And that leaves the party room open for just Lillian and Haven. However, now that basically all the housemates are out of the party room, it's gonna make Emmanuel's secret task a lot harder. He's gonna have to walk around the house and try to get as much attention as possible, but it's gonna be pretty hard since most of our Sims are distracted by all the food that's available. or they're terrified of what's going on with Alex, which is what Emmanuel seems to be up to. However, Alex is living his best life. I mean, he's smashing furniture, taking a dip in the pool, and being able to just do whatever he wants, basically, because everyone is going to let him. Our poor boy Emmanuel, however, he just can't catch a break. He tries to dance, ends up he can't do it. He tries to swim, nope, can't do it. Instead, he is just too terrified of Alex to do anything at this point. Meanwhile, everyone else is distracted by being in the kitchen and eating some food. We got some popcorn, some salads. Looks like mostly that's what everyone is munching down on. And they're all getting to know each other. And Emmanuel does run over. He tries to socialize, but he is still being ignored. How unlucky. However, the piano does kind of blend in, so it takes a little bit of time for Emmanuel to notice, but he soon sees it and takes a sit and decides that maybe this is his best chance of getting some attention. And as most of the housemates seem to just be walking by, alas, he does still have Tice's attention. Tice seems to be the only one that has been watching what Emmanuel is up to. Meanwhile, no one seems to bother to listen. And Jace has begun pouring some drinks for not only himself, but everyone else, even though that still hasn't put him in a better mood.
Walk swim!
12:41 a.m. Emmanuel has been playing the piano for over half an hour, and he hasn't gotten any better, and he still hasn't gotten any attention. Haven, on the other hand, is paying some attention to herself, pulling a kinga, if you will, right in the middle of the living room. I think, maybe she has her own secret task going on, because she's definitely getting a lot of attention right now, and I don't think anyone's too happy. I mean, Tyson's horrified, and it looks as though Kristen was a bit angry. While upstairs, it seems as though the only party that's going on now is a line to use the bathroom. Pete has decided to take this time to get in the pool and relax. I mean, who really needs to mingle when your wife is already in the house? Now, besides the kitchen, the busiest place in the house right now is the bathroom. And this is where I come to find out that we have some issues. Now, I had used some stalls that were custom content, however, they weren't really working, and I didn't really actually notice until the next day. So I kept seeing all these Sims go into the shower room and just stare at themselves in the mirror for a while. And I really didn't know why, but come to find out, they were actually being shooed out of the room because the stalls weren't being counted as private. And so whenever they got shooed out of the room, they would come in here and wait till the person was done peeing. (3:24 a.m.) Now, even though it's late, Big Brother never sleeps. And he decides that now is the perfect time to go ahead and call everyone to the living room.
Ooh, drip. Raining. Growl.
This is Big Brother. Since no one really used my task room, it is now locked. Now that the party is officially over, it's time to announce to everyone that Emmanuel, who was the last housemate to enter, became Big Brother's unlucky housemate. And he was set on a secret task to be the center of attention for the party. And no one paid attention to the party, let alone paid attention to Emmanuel. Therefore, he has failed his secret task. Emmanuel, you will be punished, but not right now. The bedroom is unlocked for housemates to enjoy. Housemates are now free to leave the living room. Ashton is the first one to start claiming a bed, but I am pretty intrigued as to how the bed situation is going to unfold, as they are all double beds. And Sims don't really like to share with strangers, so we'll have to see who pairs up. "5:17 a.m. A cage has been set up in the garden for Emmanuel's punishment. And it's the perfect time to tell him because he has to pee, naturally. So he does waddle his way into the cage where he will be locked until further notice.
Ungra. This grobel.
And, of course, right away, he pees in it. So, now he's soiled, and it smells like pee. So I hope he enjoys his time in the cage. Meanwhile, it doesn't look like Lillian is enjoying her time playing foosball. Then again, she is playing it by herself. Meanwhile, Emma and Jesse mingle in the living room. Now, the storage room has been busy all night, and it just goes to show how important those food tasks are going to be in the coming weeks. All the appliances are in this room, so the Sims aren't going to be too happy if they don't have access to it.
Quamp. Borgani Camus.
And apart from their total makeout sesh before they entered the house, Kate and Pete are kind of keeping a distance and keeping it low-key. Kate is relaxing while Pete is socializing with everyone else. I'm kind of surprised that in the garden, Emmanuel has fallen fast asleep, even though he stinks and is wet. And not to mention, Tyson is right outside the cage, dancing to no music. In the upstairs balcony, Sophia decides that this is the perfect place to take a nap. Meanwhile, Jesse is swimming some laps around the pool, and Addison is enjoying a nice game of chess.
Balafoy am sum. Yiftame kissib.
"7:08 a.m. Very slowly, our housemates are creeping in the bedroom one by one and trying to find a bed that they can claim. We saw that Sophia gave up on this and decided just to sleep outside. Meanwhile, it seems as though Ashton, Kaylee, Haven, and Tyson have claimed a bed. Others aren't so lucky, like Emma, for example. But thankfully, we have a few relationships in the house. So Addison and Kristen are able to share a bed, and our couple will be able to share a bed as well. It seems as though Tice tried to share a bed with Nico, but then second-guessed himself. Sophia actually managed to grab a bed for herself instead of the bench outside, and she's sporting some pretty sexy lingerie. With the awkward interaction with Tice, it seems that has woken up Nico, and now everything's a little bit awkward and they're all standing in the middle of the bed and doing push-ups in the bed. Now, I did mention earlier that our couple would obviously be able to share a bed, and of course they pick the sexy red bed. And also, of course, they decide to have woohoo on the first night in front of everyone. Thankfully, no one really seems to mind. I mean, the people asleep don't even wake up. So Big Brother goes ahead and turns off the lights, as things get a little frisky for Pete and Kate.
Ooh.
Junkie! Oh!
Outside of the bedroom, the remaining housemates are still snacking down on some popcorn and getting to know each other.
Umbraza?
Yeah, yips. Nay.
Yes.
Pigaboo, Flimfazor.
However, Lillian has decided to come to the diary room. Hello, Lillian. How do you feel about your other housemates? And of course, we're going to have a look at her relationship statuses and see exactly how she's getting along with everyone. And so far, everyone's fairly low. I mean, it is the first night. However, one person definitely stands out, and that has to be Alex, as he has a lot of negative relationships.
Navy! Apalachawa is a feast flamon sikafus.
So, even though Lillian isn't necessarily close with anyone right now, she definitely has a dislike for one person. And we are going to be doing this for random housemates throughout the series. Every day I'm going to try to call someone to the diary room, and we're going to have a little peek at who they're feeling and who they're not.
Bossamo. Oh.
And since Tyson has gone to bed, there still has to be one person dancing outside to no music, right? So Nico decides to go ahead and take his place. And still, Emmanuel sleeps through the whole thing.
Woo! Oh!
I do find it interesting that the one person that seems to be getting along with Alex and not being afraid of his werewolf abilities is Haven. Maybe it's because she's secretly an alien from Batu, and she's probably seen a lot worse than a werewolf. Her brother Jace, however, still seems to be in a terrible mood, and even fixing the TV in the living room can't seem to make him feel any better. And since we were already on the topic of Alex, Big Brother decides to go ahead and call him to the diary room. Hello, Alex. This is Big Brother. I'm interested. Tell me how you feel about your housemates.
Shunigwa.
So right off the bat, we see that the dislike for Lillian is mutual, but he also has some dislike for Jace, our other supernatural. Does he not dislike Haven because so far her alien identity is secret? Alex, this is the diary room, not the gym. Go ahead and do this somewhere else and please leave. I feel like Emmanuel is doing the best he can at this punishment. I mean, he's sleeping through the whole thing, basically. And right outside, he has some nice company this time with Lillian enjoying the pool. Meanwhile, most of the housemates are fast asleep in bed. And that sums up the first day in the Sims 4 Big Brother UK house. So make sure you come back tomorrow and check out what happens when they wake up and discover their first food task. But what did you guys think? Make sure you leave a comment down below and make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any of the Big Brother action. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.